welcome to another episode of the Paradise Paradox. In this episode, I'm going to explain to Aaron some interesting things that happened on my trips to Colombia, a little insight into the sex industry, a side you don't normally see, encounters with transvestites and stuff like that. So don't forget to subscribe, jump on YouTube, press subscribe on there, jump on iTunes, subscribe, podcast addict, all of that stuff, all that nonsense. And if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to donate. Donate.theparadiseparadox.com. Show a little support and a little love, because we do appreciate when you jump on there and demonstrate to us that you are enjoying these episodes. Let's get into it. So, Aaron, I wanted to tell you a little special story that's very close to my heart. Just a little anecdote that happened to me in, let's see, it was 2014 when I went to Colombia. But yeah, well, perhaps to put this into perspective, I remember the first time I went to Colombia, I think it was in 2011. And I remember I went into the center of the city and I ran into some people, like they were saying, "Hey, you're a gringo, you're a foreigner," and so of course in Mexico, the word gringo can have a bad connotation, but not so much in Colombia. It's just a friendly way to say foreigner.
Okay.
And so I started talking to this fellow Camilo, and I went and had an arepa with him, like a little snack, and these arepas, they're like in Mexico you would call it a gordita. It's pretty much the same thing, with a little cheese on it, whatever, with some Milo. They love Milo in Colombia.
Okay, so
anyway,
so it's sweet.
The arepa, normally no, you can't get sweet ones like arepas de choclo,
Okay.
cachapas, they call them in Venezuela, like with corn kernels in them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So just for people who don't know what a gorda is, we're talking about
Gordita.
A gordita. It's like a tortilla, but it's like the same stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
a fat tortilla. Yeah.
With stuff inside it.
Yeah, when you order an arepa, yeah, a lot of the time it will have stuff inside it.
Cool. Well, here I always order
cheese
with everything. So it's like cream on top, and then a big stack of lettuce, a couple slices of onion, and then maybe some chili sauce on top.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, a good snack. Put some frijoles in there. Yeah, good to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anyway, I was chatting with him, and he's like, teach me some English or whatever. Anyway, so I asked him what his job was, and he said, I'm a model. And I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. And he's like, yeah, I'm a model on this certain website. And I recognized the name of the website. It was like a cam girl site, or like a pornographic webcam site.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I go on there with my ex-wife, and we make videos. And he's like, it's hard work, but I've got to feed the baby. I've got to pay the bills for my baby that I have with my ex-wife.
Yep.
And I think he showed me a picture of his ex-wife, and I was like, does it seem like hard work?
Like that, was it? Well, I mean, it is Colombia, so
yeah. Anyway, so that
take a moment to process the imagery flooding in right now.
Yeah. he's like, yeah, it's pretty labor intensive. I'm like, okay, I guess that's what it is. But I guess he's doing all right, paying the bills. They're probably earning American dollars and everything. Anyway, that day I also met this young lady, Elizabeth, and I stayed in contact with her over the years. Back then, I think she was like just getting out of high school. I guess she was probably about 18 years old. And then when I went back in 2014, she's like, you're in Medellín. We have to hang out, whatever. And I was like, yeah, cool. She was like, well, I'm kind of busy today. I have this errand to run. I have a job interview, but meet me at the mall, and it's probably all right. You can tag along. So I have this job interview at the mall, and I was like, yeah, cool. So she has a job interview at like a retail store or whatever.
Yeah. Normal.
So I get there, get off the train station, and find her somewhere in the mall. And she's waiting on a phone call from somebody. So I found out that her friend has told her about this job, but I said, well, which shop is it in? And she's like, I don't know which shop. And I said, okay, so you got a job interview, but you don't know where it is. You don't know what the job is? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. I guess if you need a job, you have to explore these opportunities. So finally, she gets a call from this woman, and the woman is like, oh yeah, meet us down in the bus rank or the cab rank. So we walk down the stairs and everything. And this woman is like, okay, yeah, we'll jump in the car and I'll take you to this place. And kind of weird. I mean, I guess we probably shouldn't have been so trusting. But anyway, so she took us.
It seems like that now, but looking back, there's no alarm bells or nothing. I mean, it's
no.
It's I mean, I know from traveling, it's like you're kind of open for a little more. I don't know, things are a little more extreme, or you don't question stuff as much. It's like you expect things to be different, so you kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah, well, actually, another day I was also hanging out with Elizabeth, and we were going to the dentist, and we'd got off at the very much the wrong train station, and this guy was like, "Oh, actually, I'm going that way. Just jump in." And we were like, "Okay," and we jumped in, and later I said to Elizabeth, like, "Do you normally just jump into cars with strangers like that?" And she was like, "I only did it because you were with me." And I said, I only did it because you seem to know what you were doing.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess it turned out okay. So the fellow was very friendly. Anyway, so we're going in the car with this lady and her partner or employee, colleague, whatever, and we arrive at this house 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from the train station, and in the suburb somewhere, like just some random suburb in a townhouse, and the neighbors are walking their dogs or whatever, and so we walk up the stairs and go into this house, and in the bottom of the house there's a kitchen, and there's a handsome young transvestite with hair extensions down to his belly button, which I think he was probably wearing a midriff top, so you could see his belly button. And he's like, "Hola, hola, chicos," or whatever.
Flamboyant.
Yeah, having a good time, in a good mood. And so the lady is like, "Oh yeah, this is Andres," or whatever his name is, and he's one of the lads who work here. And we're like, okay, cool. And the lady says, okay, well, come up and I'll show you the studio. And we're like, okay, the studio, sure. And it's kind of an interesting and maybe embarrassing moment for somebody, because when we walked into one of the studios, and so in front of a laptop with a webcam on it is what happened to be one of Elizabeth's classmates, and she's like, "Oh, hi, hi, what are you doing here?" So it turned out that the job was like for being a cam girl, and it's kind of weird though, because they don't take off any clothes. So I didn't know you could do that, but apparently you can be a cam girl or cam travesti without taking off any clothes.
Okay.
Sitting there dancing and having a good time.
Well, people are lonely, so it's just a matter of, a little interaction, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, you have to pay by the minute for these things sometimes. So I don't know how they, like, why are you going to, if you're really lonely or whatever, why are you going to choose a girl with clothes on rather than one without? Because I can't picture the price differential being rather big, because you're already paying for somebody's time. But
okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna shoot from the hip here, but I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it does kind of seem weird, doesn't it? Because I know, I mean, you and I, or people that we know of, would just go talk to people. That's true. Just go meet people. It's like if you want to talk to somebody. But did you end up working out how that works, or whether is the market there, or what what that is?
Well, I mean, apparently there's a market there. I mean, they've got the whole studio set up and everything. But I think the young fellow did tell us in the end that he earns more when he takes off his clothes or something. I'm pretty sure he mentioned that.
Okay, so you go and you start talking, clothes on, and if you want to put up your rate, it's sure.
I assume so. It's
socks
like
off.
Ease you into. Yeah, the socks are the important thing. Well. So it was kind of funny because I'm standing there with Elizabeth, and we're like sitting down or standing while Elizabeth's classmate is finishing her show, and Elizabeth's asking questions like, "Oh, so what are the hours like? And do I get any benefits?" or stuff like that.
Standard question.
Yeah, it's standard job questions that you have to ask. I remember we had to take a bus back to the train station, and I assumed that Elizabeth actually knew what the job was, and she was actually too embarrassed to tell me. But so I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" And she said, "No, I really didn't know. I had no idea that I was bringing you along to a job interview for a clothes on cam girl studio session thingamajig."
Yeah.
But well, I do remember. I think the young fellow said that when he takes his clothes off, he earns like $100 a day or something, which is that's what a lot of people earn in like a couple of weeks in Colombia, I suppose. So so I guess they were doing quite well for themselves. But in the end, Elizabeth said, "I don't think I'll take the job."
That was going to be my next question, whether she took the job or not.
No, well, at least not that she told me. I don't know. Maybe she was more desperate than she let on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if that's a week's pay, you can earn in a day. In this case, the guy only says take his shirt off. I mean, I don't know what else is included in that.
I was probably sticking dildos up his butt or something. I mean, even with clothes on, I'm pretty sure they were putting condoms on dildos and sucking on them and trying to be as erotic as they can.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, you gotta keep your clientele up. But I mean, that comes back to it. I mean, if you're going to be on a cam and someone's paying you, and the customer's always right, it's not really the position you want to be in.
Well, no, the customer definitely is not always right, especially in that industry.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah. But I do remember, like, years later, probably, well, not years later, but probably a few months ago, like one of these ads popped up, or maybe I was even looking on one of these sites because, I'm a pervert, and it came up and there was like the list of the cams with the grid or whatever, and I was like, hang on, I recognize that young lady with the long hair. That's not a lady, actually. I'm pretty sure I saw that young fellow.
That's insane.
With his chicken fillets in and everything. So
I can. Yeah. Okay, what was the office like? I mean, I can imagine something like one of the Newcastle Cobra offices we were working at. Like, you walk in, they kind of from the outside it looks normal, then you go in and the walls are spongy.
What do you mean, like a mental asylum?
Well, I don't know. I mean, was it a no? Well, I mean, the building we were working in when we were working for the Cobra Group in Newcastle, there was like it looked like there's been water damage in that building for the last 50 years. So the walls were swollen and it's just run down. And I'm wondering how professional was the operation.
Okay. Well, it looked like a normal house. I mean, in the studio, there were obviously some problems with the room, like maybe some water damage or something like that. But the way they arranged the camera and put the background behind it makes it look like it's all fine. So you don't have to. You don't have to see any shittiness about the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All about the angles, right?
Yep, that's right. Get the right angle. But it's kind of weird, actually, thinking about it, because they can run this studio. I mean, all you need is a good internet connection and a webcam, and you can do it yourself. But I guess maybe people don't want that responsibility, or I don't know. I don't know what it'd be, because so that was my magical journey in Colombia, or one of many.
Stay tuned.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to jump on over to donate.theparadiseparadox.com. Our main source of income and our main source of one of our sources of inspiration for continuing to doing this is the money that we receive from you. So it helps us a lot to continue on this project, to expand it, make it better, improve our quality, improve our 50 peso hats that we bought from San Juan de Dios. So jump on over to donate.theparadiseparadox.com and show your support. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, Podcast Addict, and anything else you like. Remember to share the video and whatever else. Do whatever else you want. Print out a picture of my face and piss on it. I don't care. Jump on over to theparadiseparadox.com, look through our episodes, and have a good one. So this one is episode 112. So jump on over to paradiseparadox.com/112. You can have a look at our show notes on there. So I'll talk to you soon.